what do you think about when you think about caves?
I think about a goat cave that I got to hike up one time, and it was really high up and really dark, and we got to go see bats and rock formations inside.
We humans live on the surface, largely oblivious to the events occurring underneath our feet. The land underneath us is not as simple or solid as one might think. It occasionally opens up to reveal subterranean caves and tunnels. The cave that you see in this video is called Tumbling Rock Cave Preserve, located in northern Alabama. It's a 6-mile-long cave filled with numerous beautiful rock formations and interesting organisms.
The most striking things I've seen, I've been in Alabama, and there are columns that form from stalactites and stalagmites meeting. You can see really mind-blowing examples of this in Cathedral Caverns, for example, which is also a park here in Alabama.
There's another passage above here, right? And the distance between them has been eroded over time from the water flowing up. So if you look for drip lines, which is like a line in the ceiling, and sometimes soda straws form on there, and that could be an indication of there being like a crevice above you or water filtering down from above. There could be passage above there potentially.
The types of life that most people are familiar with in caves are bats. Most people think there are snakes in caves, but that's really not true. But the types of life that you actually see that's very well adapted are things like crayfish and shrimp. There's an Alabama cave shrimp, for instance, it's only known from here. Things that have no eyes, they have no pigment in their skin. They cannot survive outside of the caves.
Arthropods, like crayfish and spiders and so on. The exoskeleton can be so thin that you can actually see the nervous system through their skin.
Caves have what is called a transitional zone, a place that spans from the cave's entrance up until the point where the cave darkens, and no light from the outside world is present. This area contains species that have adapted to cave life but still retain structures that facilitate life outside the cave as well. One such species is Myotis lucificus, commonly known as the little brown bat. This bat flies out at night to find food and sleeps in the cave during the day. It has eyes, a feature found in surface organisms, and its ability to echolocate can help it navigate through the cave without light. The temperature in caves is largely dependent on the temperature of the water flowing through the cave. Here, it is colder than the surface.
There's many, many massive structures that formed over millions of years, and you get that sense of time as well as size when you're next to these things. Pseudoscorpions are arachnids, just like spiders and scorpions. Their name comes from their kind of general resemblance to a scorpion, but they're lacking a tail at the end. Many species are venomous, but the venom is delivered through the pedipalps, or the large claws. If they're on the surface, they can have two pairs of eyes, but ones that are completely cave adapted, the eyes tend to be completely gone. You'll see, like in this picture that we took of the one that we collected in Tumbling Rock Cave, it's completely eyeless. But the way it senses its environment are through these specialized hairs, or setae, that cover its body. Pseudoscorpions that are really cave adapted, like this guy is, tend to just be found in one cave. So the cave is like an island, and it's trapped in there, and it has been for millions of years. And unless there are other pseudoscorpions that are pretty similar to it, maybe the same genus, that are known from nearby caves in the same kind of limestone formation, it's unlikely that this is anything but a new species.
Although cave life is much different from that of the surface in both diversity and volume, the unique biodiversity continues to surprise. From one cave to another, these organisms persist in an ecosystem that one would not expect to support life, and yet they endure. As you have seen, caves are pretty incredible places filled with towering waterfalls, arching ceilings, and interesting organisms. We hope you've learned just a little more about these extraordinary ecosystems. Thank you for watching.